Hello and welcome. You're watching the News Hour Agenda. I'm Padmaja Joshi. A storm that started exactly a week ago with the BJP releasing what it calls the Congress Toolkit has now swept everyone in its wake. Not just the main political parties who are sparring with each other, the BJP versus the Congress versus the Samajwadi Party, but also microblogging giant Twitter itself. Today, in fact, Congress wrote to Twitter seeking action against 11 more leaders of the BJP, all of them union ministers. Basically, they said that all of these people had also shared what they call the Congress Toolkit, and which is why all of them must be tagged with the manipulated media label. Before this, of course, at this time, yesterday, officials of the Delhi police had landed up at the offices of Twitter in the National Capital Region. They say it is only part of a process because remember, there is a complaint pending with the Delhi police about this very toolkit case where the Congress had accused the BJP of fakery. Subsequently, when Twitter tagged Sambit Patra's tweet as manipulated media, the Delhi police says they wanted Twitter to become a part of the investigation. They went to its offices only seeking to serve notice on them. But this was decried as nothing more than naked intimidation by all the non-BJP parties.
So shameful. I mean, first they file a complaint on toolkit, and when police try to inquire into the matter and then try to investigate the matter, then they say it's murder of democracy and all. I mean, but if Twitter has some proof, I mean, and then Twitter is watching those proofs, then police have all the right to investigate the matter and then take those proofs from the Twitter.
What are you trying to do? You're trying to intimidate social media platforms, the same social media platforms that you use to your advantage, but when it doesn't work for you, you want to raid them. What is the message that you're telling the world? You're telling the world that in India, free speech is no longer respected. In India, we will intimidate anybody who speaks against us. That's the message you've delivered, Mr. Modi, and it's shame on you for intimidating social media platforms by doing that.
The interesting thing though is that all the while the police says all they are doing is taking action on a complaint that the Congress itself has lodged. So when due process is being followed, why should it be decried as a witch hunt? The second more fundamental question that this has also thrown up is about the responsibility of a platform, of a micro-blogging platform. Are they mere aggregators? Are they mere intermediaries? And on what basis are they adjudicating the validity of the content that they are platforming? Should there be more transparency on that?
You're watching the News Hour at 10, debate number 1 on Times Now, Super Prime Time.
Joining us on the debate, Nikhil Pahwa, founder of Medianama and digital rights activist, Tehseen Poonawalla, political analyst, Acharya Pramod Krishnan, leader of the Congress, J. Sai Deepak, advocate. And my first question is to you, Sanju Verma, national spokesperson of the BJP. To borrow the lines of Mr. Kapil Sibal, when truth is bitter, you're reigning in Twitter.
You know, Padmaja, first things first. Let me tell you that the Congress has no political, ideological or moral high ground to wax eloquence on freedom of speech. Mr. Sibal, let me remind you, be it the First Amendment that Jawaharlal Nehru brought in or the 42nd Amendment brought in by Indira Gandhi in 1976, which even compromised the power of judicial review that our courts enjoyed, and even Rajiv Gandhi for that matter, though it never saw the light of the day. He wanted to bring in the anti-defamation law in 1988. And of course, who can forget the emergency?
Okay, this is not about Mr. Sibal.
So
we only used a line from him. Please, let's address the issue at hand. Is this silencing of Twitter?
Trying to act as the messiah of freedom of speech and expression in hindsight, I think they need to go back and introspect because they've not covered themselves in glory, point number 1. Point number 2, Padmaja, the more important point. I was a bit flabbergasted when Manish Maheshwari, the MD of Twitter India, said, oh my God, why has Delhi police written an email to me? I'm just the head of sales. Excuse me, Mr. Maheshwari, you're the managing director. You are the India head. responsible for everything that Twitter India enjoys as a platform within the confines of India. And let me tell you one more thing. On the one hand, Mr. Maheshwari says Twitter India has nothing to do with content because content is dictated by Twitter Inc. out of the United States. If Twitter India has nothing to do with content, then Mr. Maheshwari, in December 2020, you were giving bombastic assurances to a tech startup called Your Story, where you said, in my capacity as the MD, I want to build Twitter India into a credible platform which will empower every element of the Indian society and have a meaningful public discourse. Sharjeel Usmani saying Ram Bhakta terrorist is meaningful discourse. Having a truncated map of
let's
India
take this one by one. It's part of only a process. Let's address each issue one by one. So Tehseen Poonawalla, why call it a witch hunt? When it's part of a process, yesterday the Delhi police on record has said, our team went to Twitter office to serve a notice. There are no raids, there is no arrest. Serve a notice as a part of routine process. This was necessitated as we wanted to ascertain who is the right person to serve a notice, as replies by Twitter India have been very ambiguous. It's a process and it's based on a complaint that the Congress, in fact, has lodged. Tehseen Poonawalla.
So there are two parts to this. I'll come to the second part that you asked later. Let's come to the first part. There is a dispute between the BJP and me. The BJP says, or Sanju says, I've created a document which is anti-India. I say this document by the BJP is fake. Now, there are only two people who need to be investigated, either I or the BJP. There is no third person who needs to be investigated. Has the Delhi police, based on my complaint, checked whether the documents by the BJP is fake or not? No, they have. Now they've gone to a third-party Twitter that has said that this document is manipulated based on certain information that I have put forward, as I would put forward to anybody else in the media, that listen, the story is not correct. Should the BJP want to clarify, why doesn't the BJP, and it's been a week since this the BJP ministers, they do no tooling work, they only do fool work, have not been able to prove one millimeter of truth. But let's come to the larger question of this. And this is the most important thing. If the Delhi police wanted to serve a notice, are you telling me the police in the national capital under the great Home Minister Amit Shah, who's disappeared, is so incompetent that they have to go with a gang to the Twitter office to find out who to serve a notice to? They don't have a prosecution department that can send
making baseless allegations against Amit Shah. Who exactly?
Okay. No heckling, please. We'll go all around the table and try and understand the issue. No talking over each other. Nobody will talk over each other. So you are saying now, raising the legal issue. No personal comments also. Please. Okay. So you've raised the legal point. So let me take it to the lawyer on the panel, Sai Deepak. Tehseen Poonawalla is asking, if you want to serve notice, why go there with a gang, with your crime branch jackets, other than the fact that you wanted to intimidate and bring Twitter to heel? Sai Deepak.
Yeah, so there are two aspects to what Mr. Poonawalla has submitted. So let me just try and respond to them as civilly as possible without making it personal. One, I think there is a fair degree of concern when the standard practice is to serve a notice via email. What is the point of landing up at a certain organization's office? That's a question that perhaps needs to be addressed in a clear fashion. That's one. Especially at the time of the pandemic, what is the point behind landing at a certain organization's office? I think that's a fair question to ask. Be very with me. The second question, I think, is perhaps baseless, because a third party such as Twitter has already taken a position with respect to the veracity and the authenticity of the document, calling it manipulated media. Therefore, at the very least, the organization, let's say the authorities have a right to understand what is the basis of this particular organization which calls itself an intermediary, taking a certain position with respect to a document which has ostensibly not originated from its end. If it is not the initiator of this particular document, if it's not the author of the particular document, on what basis did they arrive at it? In which case, perhaps they want to understand what information was received by them and from whom to arrive at this particular conclusion. So there are two aspects. One is landing up at the office of Twitter, and the second is whether Twitter is a party that needs to be investigated. As far as the landing up at their offices is concerned, I would say perhaps that was a bit of a stretch. Maybe with respect to an organization that treats itself as exempt from Indian laws, maybe a message was sought to be sent. But be there as it may, I would still say perhaps that is a line that need not have been crossed. With respect to the need for Twitter being investigated, I would say there is a fair reason for them to be looked into and for the conduct to be inquired into. These are two different aspects.
So, Nikhil Pava, didn't Twitter already make itself a party when in a matter that is already under investigation, they decided to unilaterally and without any real explanation tag the content as manipulated?
So look, from the legal perspective, I'll leave it to Sai Deepak to respond. He knows intermediary liability as well as anyone else out there. But I can say that the government can object all it wants, but there's no part of the IT Act which prevents Twitter from adding this tag, and there's no part of the IT Act that allows them to remove it either.
I want to come
Twitter, Twitter can tag whoever it wants, whenever it wants, whatever it wants. It's a private platform. The government can only request for these tags to be removed, which is what they have done. In fact, if you see even the order related to the reference to the so-called Indian variant of COVID, the government's letter basically requests Twitter. It's not an order. It's not backed by law because there's nothing in law that allows them to do this. To that point about what Twitter can and cannot do, unfortunately, we don't have laws that restrict them from taking this action. In fact, we had the opportunity to do it in the IT rules that were passed in Feb, but the government didn't put that in the IT rules. And frankly, there is also this issue of the government in that case of the manipulated media tag writing to Twitter. I don't understand why the government department has to write in. The people whose tweets had been tagged under the IT rules 2021, which are going to be effective tomorrow, they can themselves file their grievance with Twitter. In fact, they could have gone to court. Why is the government stepping in? I don't understand. Under the rules, in fact, Twitter would have. Please let me finish. Under the rules, Twitter would have had 15 days
Sanju Verma
to
wants
respond
to
to that. Sure.
Yeah. Padmaja,
Sanju Verma, yes.
Thank you. Padmaja, with no offense to the earlier panelist, Mr. Pava, let me categorically state one very important thing. Till date, all the OTT platforms and social media platforms, be it Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, what have you, they enjoy immunity because they are given a status of being an intermediary. But there is Section 79 of the IT Act 2000, which clearly says that if they do not comply by the end of business, May 25th, because the notification asking them to do a couple of things, 12 things actually to be precise, was sent out on 25th February 2021. Now, if they don't comply by the end of close of business hours on May 25th, 2021, the Indian government, the Modi government, has every right in the rule book to ensure that this intermediary status given to social media platforms is revoked. Because by virtue of having this status, they get protection from being criminally liable for third-party content that is hosted on their platforms. But they cannot misuse Section 79, which is exactly what these platforms are doing. We gave them a long rope, but excuse me, if you test the might of the Indian state, you will be thrown the rule book and you will have to abide by the norm that any OTT platform.
Very quickly a response from Nikhil Pava about the role and the nature of Twitter, because then I want to come back to the political aspect and bring in Acharya Pramod Krishnam as well, who's waiting patiently. Yes, Nikhil Pava, your response to this.
After Mr. Pava,
So firstly, when these letters were sent, the IT rules were not in operation. Secondly, even under the IT rules, I don't see any clauses that actually allow the government to ask them to remove this tag or try to remove the intermediary status on the basis of this action of adding the tag. So I think you need to first read the rules and the IT Act, even under.
Not there. Don't mislead.
Which section is it, ma'am? Please. I know. Which section is it?
Intermediary status long back, and that protected them from being criminally culpable.
They are still protected, at least under this
platform. But they have been
I'm sorry,
misused
but
Section 79. Please do not give incorrect information, Mr. Pava. There's enough by way of Section 70,
if I may.
71, 72, 73 in the Indian IT Act and in the Indian
let him finish speaking, please. Let him finish speaking, please.
Do not say that these
because I really must bring in Acharya Pramod Krishnam.
did not have the requisite clauses then.
no clauses have been added to the IT Act when these rules have been passed. I would like to understand what part of the IT Act actually allows them to lose the intermediary status just because they have added a manipulated media tag. And I don't know. I'm not a lawyer, but I do understand intermediary liability,
Okay,
and I do
Sai
understand
Deepak,
the changes that have been made. And I
yes,
think
Sai Deepak, 30 seconds, please. Responding to that, 30 seconds. Yes.
Yes. So Mr. Pava's point is it's not entirely wrong, but his point is that first of all, what is the bar on Twitter from adding this particular tag called manipulated media, and why is it that the government is taking action on behalf of certain personal Twitter handles? The point is, if the toolkit is seen as facilitating misinformation and as having taken certain activities in a concerted fashion against India as a state, so to speak, then the government is not specifically responding to the tag of manipulated media, but the government is responding to a social media platform having taken a position with respect to a document. It's not with respect to a tag being put on somebody's tweet. It's with respect to a document which the government believes has a certain anti-India consequence. Therefore, this is not specifically under Section 79. This is under the rules according to me. So therefore, that according to me is the basis here. It is not an action that's being taken on behalf of certain individual members of a certain party. It is with respect to a document is my limited position. I leave it at that.
Can I please make my final comment?
Now I want to bring in Acharya Pramod Krishnam. No, just a second, please. No, just a second, Sanju Verma. I want to bring in Acharya Pramod Krishnam at this point. The thing is, Acharya ji, that the Delhi police is saying that under the existing laws, all we are doing is following the rules. Now, you may not agree with our method. You may say our tactics were intimidatory. But the fact remains that the visit yesterday came on the back of 2 prior notices that had been served. पहले 2 नोटिस दे चुके थे, कोई जवाब नहीं आया, तो उनको खुद जाना पड़ा वहां पर नोटिस सर्व करने के लिए. हाउ इज दैट इंटिमिडेटिंग? आचार्य प्रमोद कृष्ण.
पदमजा, मुझे लगता है भारतीय जनता पार्टी के नेताओं के दिमाग में वायरस आ गया है. अरे भाई ये बताओ, ट्विटर ने ये लिखा संबित पात्रा के लिए कि ये मैनिपुलेटेड मसौदा है, तो गलती ट्विटर की है. अगर आप मानते हैं तो ट्विटर के खिलाफ आप कार्रवाई करिएगा. और ये वही ट्विटर है, ये वही सोशल मीडिया है जिसको प्राइम मिनिस्टर ये कहते थे कि सारे लोग सोशल मीडिया से जुड़ने चाहिए. जब ट्विटर पर कोई बात सरकार के पक्ष में चलती है या बीजेपी के पक्ष में चलती है तो ट्विटर बहुत अच्छा है, और अगर थोड़ा सा खराब है तो ट्विटर बहुत खराब है. मैं तो कह रहा हूँ हम तो देश के साथ हैं. अगर देश की सरकार को लगता है ट्विटर की गलती है, ट्विटर एंटी नेशन है, ट्विटर एंटी इंडिया है, तो बैन करो ट्विटर को. हम सपोर्ट करेंगे, हम अप्रिशिएट करेंगे. दूसरी बात है तमाम
जब अभी तो कोई बैन भी नहीं कर रहे, एक्शन भी नहीं ले रहे, उनसे बस इतना कह रहे हैं कि आपने उसको मैनिपुलेटेड बोला. आप बस हमें कृपया बता दीजिए कि आपने क्यों मैनिपुलेटेड बोला. उसी में आपने कह दिया कि फ्रीडम ऑफ स्पीच, फ्रीडम ऑफ एक्सप्रेशन, डेमोक्रेसी, सेक्युलरिज्म इज डेड इन दिस कंट्री बेस्ड ऑन वन नोटिस दैट हैज बीन सर्व्ड. और आप तो बैन की बात कर रहे हैं.
नो मैं
बैन करेंगे तब तो हाहाकार मच जाएगा.
नो मैं कह रहा हूँ ना, बैन करिए ना. और ट्विटर पे जितने बीजेपी के नेता हैं उनको छोड़ देना चाहिए. प्राइम मिनिस्टर को ट्विटर छोड़ देना चाहिए. नंबर 2, ट्विटर का जो हेड ऑफिस है, लेट मी फिनिश प्लीज, डोंट डिस्टर्ब मी. ट्विटर का जो हेड ऑफिस है राहुल गांधी का घर तो है नहीं, सोनिया गांधी का घर भी नहीं है, प्रियंका गांधी का घर भी नहीं है, और किसी कांग्रेसी के घर में हेड ऑफिस नहीं है ट्विटर का. अमेरिका में है. अमेरिका आपका दोस्त है, फोन करके कहो कि हमारी बात नहीं मान रहा है, और फिर भी नहीं मानता है तो मुकदमा चलाओ, बैन कर दो इसको. कौन रोक रहा है? अरे गलती आपकी है. नहीं, सवाल इसमें मैं बीजेपी.
आचार्य जी, आप जो कह रहे हैं विद ड्यू रिस्पेक्ट, वो आप जो कह रहे हैं इट इज कंप्लीटली एट ऑड्स विद व्हाट द कांग्रेस हैज ऑफिशियली सेड. बिकॉज कांग्रेस ने आज ऑफिशियली सिर्फ जो 3 रिएक्शन मैं आपको कोट करके बता दूं. राहुल गांधी जी ने बोला है ट्रूथ रिमेन्स अनअफ्रेड, बीजेपी इज इंटिमिडेटिंग ट्विटर थ्रू रेड्स, ये राजीव गौडा ने बोला है. और कपिल सिब्बल ने, जैसे कि मैंने पहले ही बताया था, व्हेन ट्रूथ इज बिटर रेन इन ट्विटर, ये आपके कांग्रेस पार्टी ने बोला है कि ये बेसिकली डराने धमकाने की राजनीति है सिर्फ नोटिस सर्व करने पे. और आप कह रहे हैं कि बैन कर दो अगर कुछ गलत किया है. अगर किसी ने मैनिपुलेटेड मीडिया टैग दिया है तो उससे सवाल पूछना मना है क्या?
नहीं, मैं तो कह रहा हूँ सवाल पूछो, उसको कटघरे में खड़ा करो. देश बड़ा है, लेकिन सवाल इस बात का है कि ये काम कौन करेगा? ये तो सरकार करेगी. तो सरकार को करना चाहिए. अभी तक सरकार ने क्या किया?
तो पुलिस ही तो कर रही है.
नहीं, ट्विटर के मामले में
पुलिस ही तो कर रही है.
क्यों नहीं किया? मैं तो कह रहा हूँ ट्विटर के मामले में अमेरिका उसके हेड ऑफिस से कांटेक्ट करना चाहिए. क्यों नहीं किया अभी तक? सरकार को अब तक तो ट्विटर बैन कर देना चाहिए था। मैं तो कह रहा हूं सरकार, अगर कोई भी एजेंसी,
संजू वर्मा,
प्लेटफॉर्म यदि देश के खिलाफ है उसको बैन करिएगा। ये एक सरकार की रेस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है। ये हवाई बातें मत करिएगा। ये फर्जी
अगर आप ये
राष्ट्रवाद
सच में मानते हैं तो आप ये ट्वीट कर दीजिए आचार्य जी।
ये फर्जी राष्ट्रवाद मत चलाइएगा।
अगर आप बैन चाहते हैं ट्विटर पे।
इस देश का हर नेता देश के साथ है, लेकिन आप एक्शन तो लीजिएगा। सारे भाजपा के नेता ट्विटर खेल रहे हैं और कांग्रेस को और विपक्ष को जो है वेंटिलेशन करना चाहते हैं।
ओके, आपने अभी तक एक्शन क्यों नहीं लिया संजू वर्मा, ये बताइए।
पहली बात तो आचार्य प्रमोद, राहुल गांधी और सोनिया गांधी की चमचागिरी करते करते आप सही और गलत का अंतर भूल चुके हैं।
ओके, प्लीज नो पर्सनल कमेंट्स, प्लीज लेट्स कीप दिस सिविल।
चाटते आप बहुत बड़ी चमची हो मोदी की, अमित शाह की चमची मत बनो, मोदी की चमची मत बनो।
चुनाव पर आपको मुंह की खानी पड़ी थी, चुनाव पर आपको मुंह की खानी पड़ी थी।
बात करो, शर्म नहीं आती? चुल्लू भर पानी में डूब मरो आप।
ओके, संजू वर्मा, please, no personal comments about anyone. It's just going to go downhill from here. I'm going to request 10 seconds of everyone's audio being taken down. Please, let's set the rule, the ground rule for our debates. No personal comments, no personal attacks. Let's respond on facts. Sanju Verma, go on.
But with due respect to you, why is it that no personal comment only applies to the BJP representatives? Anybody on the panel can get away by saying anything. Let us have restraint on all panelists.
It applies to everyone.
I'm not going to be sitting here and listening to gibberish.
It applies to everyone equally.
By anyone. Any term.
Acharya ji did not attack you personally. Let's be fair about this. Let's be fair about this. I will not tolerate any personal comments either from you for him or from him for you. Please, let's keep this civil. Now, please go on.
Thank you. Okay. Padmaja, we are going, in rigmarole. While I have, great respect for Sai Deepak, the fact of the matter, can I please finish?
You're the only one speaking. Okay, I think we're having a bit of an issue with Sanju Verma's video over there. But Acharya ji, now let me quote to you. I think we need to get a few of the facts together over here. पहला नोटिस जो है, पहला नोटिस गया था ट्विटर को 21 तारीख को, और उसमें साफ साफ लिखा गया है, मैं आपको कोट करती हूँ जो ट्विटर को लेटर लिखा गया था, where it says that a preliminary inquiry is being conducted pertaining to toolkit. You are acquainted with facts on the matter. Please appear with all documents on the 22nd of May. There was no response to that. Then कल शाम के 5 बजे दूसरा नोटिस भेजा गया. जब उसका भी कोई रिप्लाई नहीं आया तो 7 बजे फिजिकली नोटिस सर्व करने के लिए भेजा गया. मुझे अभी तक समझ में नहीं आ रहा है, how is this a misuse of law? It is as per the law.
Absolutely, you are right. Correct. But पदमजा, मुझे आप बताइए कि अगर ट्विटर ने कोई लॉ फॉलो नहीं किया है तो उस पर कार्रवाई कौन करेगा? क्या आप करेंगे या मैं करूंगा? ये तो सरकार करेगी ना, एजेंसी करेगी. आप भी ट्विटर
पुलिस करेगी और पुलिस ही तो कर रही है. पुलिस ही तो कर रही है, सरकार थोड़ी ना करेगी. मोदी जी थोड़ी ना जाएंगे उनके ऑफिस में नोटिस देने के लिए. वो तो पुलिस जाएगी और पुलिस गई.
पद्मजा, मेरी बात नहीं समझ. मैं कब कह रहा हूं कि ट्विटर ठीक है, देश की सरकार गलत है? मैं तो ये कह रहा हूं देश की सरकार से कि अगर ट्विटर एंटी नेशन है, एंटी इंडिया है, हमारे देश के खिलाफ है, तो ट्विटर को बैन करिएगा. मैं ये कह रहा हूं. अब तक क्यों नहीं किया? आप एक हफ्ते से कर क्या रहे हैं? मैं ये कह रहा हूं.
आप ये कह रहे हैं, बट आई हैव टू से कांग्रेस में आप अकेले ही है जो ये कह रहे हैं. अभी तक तो सिर्फ एक कार्रवाई की गई है और उसी में हमारे देश को शॉर्ट ऑफ लिबिया सब कुछ बोल दिया गया है. तहसीन पूनावाला, इवन आचार्य प्रमोद कृष्णम agrees that if something has been done which is wrong, action should be taken, and the point is everything done so far is part of a process. It's routine. Then why is it a witch hunt? Tehseen Poonawala.
This is a part of a process. This is not any routine, because the law and the section in which this comes has not been established. But let me just make one point. Nobody is answering the basic question. There is a dispute between two people. Why aren't those two people, in this case Rohan Gupta and Rajiv Gowda, and in the other case Dr. Patra and Mr. Nadda, called to the police and asked to clarify whether that document exists or no? Why are third people being intimidated? Now, Twitter may have said that the document is manipulated. Twitter may have its reasons to believe it's a private person. Somebody
but
on Times Now
everyone
tomorrow.
here who is a legal expert has agreed that Twitter is party to the dispute by virtue of having tagged that same content, which is under investigation, as manipulated media.
Absolutely. But Twitter has a right to do it, because Twitter within itself is satisfied. It does not, if there is anything that is legally with the police.
And the police has the right to ask them on what basis have you satisfied yourself, doesn't it? The police has the right to ask them on what basis are you satisfied that this is manipulated media.
Please let me finish it. The police may have a right to ask them why they've satisfied themselves. But the job of the police is to investigate whether that document that the Congress said is fake or real. And the police is not doing their job by asking Mr. Nadda to come to the police station and prove that thing. Now, here's the thing. She keeps interrupting me. She keeps interrupting everybody.
That is what the police is doing. That is also the investigation.
They are not doing that.
Ek second. Can we just quickly clarify this point? Isn't the police probing the veracity of the toolkit itself, Sai Deepak? That is exactly, which not just the Delhi police, by the way, but also the Chhattisgarh police is now probing.
Padmaja, please let me make, Mr. Sai, one second. Just let me make my point.
Please, let's just clarify this legal point.
Let me just
and I will come back to
question. And Mr. Poonawalla, I won't interrupt you after that. I won't interrupt you after that.
Not in the middle.
Sorry, please make your point.
Yeah, so
I'm so sorry.
The point is very, very simple. Assume for a moment that the BJP and the Congress are interested parties, and there is a third party which is supposed to be neutral, which is Twitter. The neutral party has taken a position that the document in question is a manipulated document. Therefore, the police has a right to ask, please let us know what is the basis of this particular position. This is not about why you tagged a certain tweet, but why is it that a certain content has been branded manipulated. Therefore, at the very least, Twitter is not the sole party which needs to be investigated, but it is certainly one of the parties that can be certainly asked certain questions asked, which is what the police has done. I repeat, I certainly express my reservations with it. These are two different issues.
Correct.
Okay, Sanju Verma also wants to make a point about it. Yes, Sanju Verma, and then I'll come back to you, Tehseen. Sanju Verma. Okay. Just a second, Tehseen. Sanju Verma also wants to add to that. Yes.
30 seconds. I'll just take 30 seconds. Just allow me.
Padmaja.
Okay, 30 seconds. Tehseen Poonawalla. 30 seconds, Tehseen Poonawalla.
I absolutely agree with what
Can I make my point?
God, she interrupts everyone. I completely agree with what Mr. Sai said. But the investigation, they may ask somebody why you believe ABC, why you believe the sun is rising from the west, why you believe the earth is flat. The Twitter may be a flat earth conspirator. That is not the legal point. The legal question is there is a dispute where Congress says that Mr. Nadda is spreading fake news. That is not being investigated. You're going to somebody believing why you believe this conspiracy. Under what law are you believing that conspiracy are going to find out? That you're not speaking about.
Okay, let Sanju Verma answer that.
And Tehseen, let me tell you, I will interrupt if you make misleading statements. This is a debate. This is not a monologue where you can say what you wish to and get away with it. Get that loud and clear.
I'm not a party to Man Ki Baat. I'm not party to Man Ki Baat.
Point number 2. Okay, please hold on now. It's not your turn, so please. Point number 2.
I don't need Man Ki Baat.
You know whether section 79...
Okay, please, no heckling.
Whether section 79...
Okay, please no heckling and crosstalk. Sanju Verma.
No, Tehseen Poonawalla is unfit for debate. No wonder he's reduced to being a mere
please, Sanju Verma, only yours, speak.
Okay. Oh. You know, I'm very surprised...
Please go on, Sanju Verma, make your point.
I'm very surprised at the manner in which the whole debate is being deflected. Oh, section 79 did not exist. You know, Twitter is not criminally culpable. It is only hosting third-party content. Delhi police was well within its rights, but should not have landed up at the offices. But all these gentlemen sitting here, with no offense to them, have not once said, none of them, that there is something called an ethics code. There is something called a sovereignty code. There is something called a constitutional code. Are the panelists on your panel saying that Twitter is a kingdom unto itself?
Okay.
Twitter has zero accountability. Twitter has zero responsibility. Twitter can get away by showing a truncated map of India in the name of free speech. Twitter can get away by not banning Sharjeel Usmani, who calls Ram Bhakt as terrorist, and say this does not fit into hate speech. You know, so with due respect to the people here, let me tell you, the government is well within its constitutional, legal, and sovereign rights. If you question the might of the state under the garb of being an intermediary, you will not be allowed to get away with it. Once is coincidence, twice is down.
To be fair, I think what you are saying pretty much seems to play into what the critics are saying. When you challenge the might, you will be answered. You should be answered only when you go against the law, not challenge the might of the government. But I'm going to give the final word. I'm sorry, I'm out of time. I'll give the final word to Nikhil Pahwa on this. Purely on the legality of the action so far, can the state's action be seen as malified? Nikhil Pahwa.
Look, I just want to see Twitter being taken to court by the Indian government, because there was this face-off between the government and Twitter earlier in January as well. There is this face-off that's taking place right now. The IT Act, Section 79, the rules that have been formed, all of these will come into question once this matter goes to court, because Twitter had alleged then that the orders that they received were not lawful orders. If that is the case, the government should prosecute them. They should go to court and let the courts decide. Let's settle this once and for all. This sending letters to one another, this police landing up there. Let this just go to court and let's resolve this. Because if the law is bad, if the law impinges on freedom of speech, if the law empowers the government to restrict our freedoms, if it empowers through platforms, the government is able to restrict our freedoms, then that needs to be challenged. And let the government be taken to court in this case.
Okay.
Or let the government take Twitter to court. Let's resolve this.
If we have problems with the way Twitter is functioning, letters are not going to solve it. Intimidation or alleged intimidation is not going to solve it. Neither is a TV debate. Ultimately, it can be settled in court. But on the limited issue, right now the argument is that the current investigation is only part of a process. And remember, there are two parallel investigations happening. If you have Congress leaders being summoned by the Delhi police, there were BJP leaders, including Sambit Patra and Raman Singh, who were also summoned by the Chhattisgarh police in a parallel probe into the same issue. Raman Singh's statement was recorded yesterday. Are you going to consider that a witch hunt as well? I'm going to leave it at that. Thank you very much, all gentlemen and Sanju Verma, for having joined.